ticks off the angels. And they're all looking at this one little human that is now changing the course of the earth. And we're having a lot of fun writing it. I mean, Jeremy and I are, we're putting a lot of our youth into it.
It's got a very outstanding art style too. They go and actually take a photography of all these different scenes, set it up like a movie shoot, and then make the art based off the photography they make. So it has a very hyper-realistic art style. It's very unique, very, very well driven. It's the kind of thing. I mean, when I first read it, I was hooked immediately.
So let me ask this very important question: where do people get their copy of their books?
Well, we've got them at the Vintage Stocks right now in the area.
Yeah.
We're traveling all over the country doing shows, Comic-Cons and stuff.
But you have a website.
We have a website, arkvin.com, arkvin.com. And you can get digital downloads there. You can get physical copies shipped to you. And we also have a Comic Cave now too. So that'd be awesome.
The Comic Cave they have the newest issue.
They have the newest issue, and we've got issue 3 right now that is going to print, and it'll be released at the Tulsa Wizard World.
Yeah, so in October.
So you guys will be there signing copies of the book.
We'll be there. Yeah, we'll be signing everything. So
everything?
Anything you want.
Anything you walk up, we'll just sign it.
Cool.
Yeah, we're loving it. It's an awesome experience, and we're meeting a lot of amazing people. And we've got 2 other titles. We've got Hack, and we've got Reigning Justice, and then we've got a developmental title that we've got to get going that we're excited about, which is Race, and it's set in the year the century, 144th century. So.
Oh, because I was thinking when you said that, I was thinking Race Bannon. Because he's cool.
He's still stuck on Johnny Quest. Please, somebody make the movie for him. Please, I'm begging you.
What is wrong with Johnny Quest? What?
You are stuck on it. That's it. There's nothing wrong with Johnny Quest. I honestly think that a Johnny Quest movie would be amazing.
Weren't they talking about making one?
I'll tell Robert Rodriguez that you would like him to do that.
They've been talking about making one forever. They've yet to go to production.
Yeah,
and it's not the easiest
and he's
thing.
doing it. It's just
it's back project.
I don't know. He's got a network to run. Look, my only fear was just keep it in the early 60s and we're good. And no adding characters that was not in the original animation.
You know they won't do that.
No, that doesn't work that way.
That's like telling a comic book creator to not kill people.
Okay.
You know?
I see what you're saying. And what I say to that is, no, I don't think so.
They're not going to do it. I don't believe that. I know what you're saying, Keith, and I
incredible.
I soundly admit.
Hold on, wait. Let's ask our 2 guests. What do you guys think?
I think that there is nothing that's not possible to be redone today.
Yes.
There's not a lot of new things coming out, and so I think it's definitely possible.
Oh, there's new things. Well, we just don't get a chance to see them.
The problem you're going to have with this is that the network's going to see a franchise like Johnny Quest and think, if we can make it more modern for a whole new audience.
They've already done that.
We're going to make a whole new amount of money.
They've done that.
Yeah. And then they ruined it.
And they ruined it, and they didn't make very much money from it because they did that.
Yeah. So that's what they're going to do if they ever do this. They're not going to keep it in the 60s. They're not going to...
Actually, Robert Rodriguez said they're doing that.
Okay. Well,
when
he does it, we'll
talk.
Yeah, we'll talk. If he does it right, we'll talk.
My problem will be just adding characters to add characters and not making them organic to what the story is. That's all. Jesse. God, that was a badly written character.
You know, I think, and I have always agreed with you on the Johnny Quest thing. I think a good example of how to make that work is coming up in our very near future. And if you've seen the new Jungle Book trailer, you know that there's a possibility of them redoing some of our Die Hard greatness right.
You mean the eternal quest that Disney's on to basically just take all their animated stuff and make it live action? Yeah, we're in the middle, and they've been doing a darn good job. So far, I haven't hated anything they've produced up to this point, except maybe Beauty and the Beast. But then again, I wasn't a fan of it the first time.
All Disney is doing is just selling the same thing they already sold to us as kids.
That's right.
And they're just selling it to 30-somethings and 40-somethings. They're just repackaging it.
It's the ultimate marketing.
Yeah. You know.
I mean, they're just handing us what we've already bought.
Yeah. And you got to go buy it. You don't have a choice. You're already.
If you're a parent, you have to.
You're already vested in it, and you got to go buy it. So you don't have a choice. If somebody in a room said, you know, we know how many people are going to go see this movie.
Well, I mean, it worked because Pirates of the Caribbean worked.
Well, you know, this is actually the second. The third live-action Jungle Book.
Yes.
But this is ours, and I'm good with that. I mean, if the first one was a narrated piece of stock footage, if I'm not mistaken, and then the second one wasn't that good. So this one actually.
The only thing that bugged me is the bears whistling at the end of the trailer. That's it. That's the only thing that bothered me. I'm like, okay, it's gonna get stupid, you know, but.
Everything you just said, okay.
I gotta think that there, at some point, you know, in the past 20 years or so, they were sitting down and recognizing, it's like, you know, people really love our parks, and we just give them the parks everything that we give them in the movies anyway. Can we make our parks in the movies?
That's it.
And then Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's right. and now it didn't work so well for the Haunted Mansion, but guess what? They're doing that one now. They're going to take another shot at the Haunted Mansion.
Where is the Lion King? Where is the new things from Disney? I mean, I get it. We got Frozen. What do you mean? Yay, Frozen. You know.
You mean Disney doing Hamlet again? Really?
But the thing is that's the stuff that we believe in with Disney. That's why Disney. That's what I believe.
Okay, I was going to say
is you know, just buying up other people's property and then republishing it is not Disney to me.
Well, I mean,
actually, no. To me, it's very much Disney.
Yeah.
The Lion King.
So much Disney. But I get what you're saying. We do need new stuff.
We need something for Elton John to do a soundtrack.
So you're in for the live-action retelling of Oliver and Company. Billy Joel is still around.
No. I could go Warner though and say I'd be in for a live-action Pinky and the Brain.
Oh, you know, I think everybody'd be down for that.
Everybody.
But if you're going to do that, you might as well go Animaniacs and Freakazoid, and we're good.
Yeah, but the Animaniacs would be like the shorts in the middle of the movie. You know, instead of the other way around.
No, they can carry an entire film because they can have all of their Warner people make cameo appearances just like the original animated.
Was that the last greatest thing that Warner Brothers did? Like originally? I mean, I think maybe it was.
Well, with Steven Spielberg's help, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, look, the success of all of that chased Disney off of normal television. That's the reason why you have the Disney Channel now, because they got chased out of syndication by Warner Brothers. I mean, they didn't just get chased. Disney had a lot of product.
Yeah.
And every single one of those got yanked. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, we need a cable channel.
Yeah. Now they got 6.
Yeah. So thank you, Steven Spielberg.
And actually, not everything on there is great. I am impressed. One of their new shows is Descendants. If anyone's seen it.
Oh yeah.
That's
I'm in that
to me.
one.
That was an awesome idea, an awesome concept, and from what I hear, they did an amazing job.
A new concept. I mean, I know, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, whatever.
It's a sequel concept.
Okay, but I mean, that's what I want to see. I mean,
it's like Once Upon a Time, but for kids.
I mean, these guys are just all packaging up old story, and they're trying to make 2 or 3 seasons out of it to see if it's worthy enough to maybe sell to somebody else to make a movie out of this.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's it's like a process. And I hate it because the stories that we love, i.e. Firefly and other things, just get forgotten.
Where we get stuck with stuff like, I don't know, let's say, The Librarians. I cannot believe they're making us sit through another season.
Somebody please cancel Librarians so we can get off that. Please.
Please, I'm begging you. No, I love you, and I know that you hated the Fallen Skies canceled, but really? Really? Mr. Wiley, I'm begging you. Go. You know what? Just have the aliens invade again. Something. Just don't do Librarian.
Librarian to me is like, I watched it, it's like a really, really bad version of Doctor Who. I mean, it really is. The transporting, the whole 9 yards. It's like, you're just trying to get some runoff of the Doctor Who because it's not in America.
I keep expecting him to open up the door and walk out like Lemmy and Squiggy. Hello. But you know what? After ID Forever, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, the same people that gave you Independence Day, and the same people that gave you Stargate. So if the new Independence Day movie does well, that network's going to continue to make Librarian episodes. I mean, that's just.
I really hope not.
It's almost like it's a placeholder. I really think it's a placeholder. Like,
a lot of things are a placeholder.
Yeah, we're doing this until we get to the next project, you know.
Well, actually, for no while, it was a placeholder in between Fallen Skies season. And as he was finishing Librarians, they announced that they were ending Fallen Skies, which is why Fallen Skies last season, if you watched it, you'll see that they should have. First, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, the show came on like gangbusters seasons 1 and 2, which is good. It went 5 seasons, which is admirable, yes. But season 5 was abysmal, and you could tell it was written to be a final series.
Okay, don't hate me. I jumped out after the first season. I was done. I took about as much of that show as I could.
Fallen Skies suffered from the same thing as Lost and all these other guys. They should have stopped after season 2. They should have just stopped and done something else.
And even my son, who is a big critic of the show, says the minute they started adding things that they didn't need to add, when they haven't even explained what they already have, it didn't make sense. Season 1, gangbusters, amazing. Season 2, they didn't suffer like Heroes did, so they kept going. They could have been just fine with season 3, but they decided to outsmart themselves, and it went downhill from there.
Well, the big problem with that is that they've got a network who wants them to keep their show going. And if they've already got an ending and a plan to get it out, they're just trying to fill in parts between here and there.
Like,
you mean like the CW and Supernatural?
or the Sci-Fi Channel and Defiance?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, hey, once the money starts coming in the door, how do you say, let's stop making money?
I know!
You know?
I don't even know how CW is making money off of Defiance. It is so... I mean...
Don't you mean Sci-Fi?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
CW and Supernatural, we know how they're making money.
They look good.
They're gonna be, dude. It doesn't matter. They're gonna be in their walkers and wheelchairs, still chasing after ghosts, putting salt on bones.
It's the network. It's pretty people with pretty problems.
And the thing is Defiance is that it's like a guilty pleasure for me. I know that they just derailed and went a different direction. I watched it happen. I'm still gonna keep watching all the episodes I'm putting on my DVR.
3 episodes in, I was done. That, Revolution, and Under the Dome. 3 episodes in, my entire household was out.
I'm like barely holding on to it. I mean, who are the guys that are now eating people and stuff, whatever that is? You know, I'm like, okay, I'll just watch this for a little bit longer, you know, and then I'm just waiting for it to come back around.
I've already invested this much time in it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the reason why.
But it's the same with everything. It was the same with Lost, too. It's just they're...
Actually, I call it the Lost syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were super invested in Lost.
Oh, yeah.
And you just, if you stopped, you were like, why am I stopping?
Yeah.
Shame on
I call
me.
it the Twin Peaks syndrome.
It really is.
Because seriously, you get into it, and the next thing you know, before you know it, it goes from, hey, baby, you want to get out of this club, to days later, it's like, baby, you don't need to have all that stuff all over your face when you go to bed. Seriously, you don't need to wear those clothes. You don't need to... It just gets horrible after a while. And with Twin Peaks was the mother of just the bad things, because season 2 was so completely different than the first season. And then next thing you know, you got the whole thing with Lost, and then you got the whole thing. All these other shows come out, and they just have the same problem.
Could you... I'm sorry, go ahead.
You see, I got really, really into Lost. Like, I was on message boards. I was trying to figure... I mean, I was talking with mathematicians across the country trying to figure out these equations. And so I was seriously into it. And at some point, they added some new stupid thing to it. They added some new stupid thing to it. And then I'm just like, guys, I'm done.
Well, I never left Lost. I stayed for the entire ride. I thought it was all right. Wasn't horrible like, say, Heroes was season 2. and it didn't kind of leave you wanting, kind of like Twin Peaks after the co-creator admitted, we're making everything up as we go along on national TV.
Are nerds ever going to let that go?
Well, here's the thing, though. They created a different way of making the series. I mean, when they put everybody in Hawaii and started filming Lost, they had focus groups that would basically look at these things and go, okay, what are you going to respond better to, a magnet or smoke monsters? Smoke monsters? Okay, smoke monsters. You know, I mean, that was literally made by focus groups.
Yes.
You know, the whole series. So there was no writer. I mean, I'm sorry, there was, but he whatever.